Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back for another video. Today I'm going to talk about how you can make money off of Instagram, how you can build your career through social media. I'm going to focus primarily on Instagram because it is such a trending app right now. Everybody is on Instagram. Everybody is growing their business and boosting their brand on Instagram. So I feel like it's a very, very hot topic and something that a lot of people might want to hear. And I've personally gotten a lot of requests, a lot of questions, almost every single day on how to grow your Instagram. So I'm going to break it down into a few different categories and show you how I make money off of Instagram and how you can grow your Instagram and your brand. So first off, you want to distinguish who you are, what your topic is for your brand, and what values you have. So I have a little mood board that I put together not too long ago just so I can focus on some goals that I want to accomplish before the end of the year, a little mission statement and value for what I want to hold as an influencer both on Instagram and on YouTube, and just a few things I want to be able to accomplish with that. So just a few things I put together was my values and what I want to be able to put out there is to help people find beauty within themselves and bring that to other people. I believe that everybody is beautiful, you know, whether you wear makeup or you don't wear makeup, whatever. I know that I am mainly beauty and a little bit of like lifestyle fashion, but I love to focus on the makeup aspect of it because it's something that I hold very, very dear to my heart because it got me through a lot of difficult times. And I think it does for a lot of people just because it's something that people see as their me time. But whatever that topic or that genre is for you, I want you to distinguish that first. Before you do anything else, figure out what genre you want to be in and make it really clear for the people who visit your Instagram page or your YouTube page. Any page that you might have, any channel that you might have, you want to make that clear the second that they go onto your page, whether you are a lifestyle blogger, whether you are a photographer, whether you are a model, whatever you may be, just make sure that that's very, very clear to brands, to your audience, whoever steps onto your page. So if it takes a little while for you to figure that out, figure out if you want to do 2 or 3 different things like I do parenting, lifestyle, fashion, and beauty. You can figure out those things, but just make sure that you stick with them. And that might be something that you grow with and evolve with over time as well. So it might be something you continue to figure out, and that's totally okay. But if you're starting to grow your Instagram channel, just figure out what that is for now and just stick to that until you feel like it might be time to grow out of it or grow into something else. So the second thing I want to talk about is brand relationships. So obviously I'm very submerged in the beauty community on Instagram and on YouTube. So I can only speak from my own experience and what I've seen in that beauty and lifestyle blogger community. If you're in a different community on Instagram, you might feel a little bit differently or things might be a little bit different, but I feel like across the board, when it comes to social media and social media careers, they're pretty much along the same wavelength. Make sure you know your worth with brands. It happens. I don't want to say it happens all the time, but it happens enough to where you want to be smart and you don't want to just allow brands to send you some product or have you buy product from them and then promote it, especially if you have a following that's over, I would even say 5K, and especially 10K. If you have a good following and you have a really, really good engagement, which is even more important sometimes, in my opinion, make sure that the brand you're working with knows your worth and you know your worth. So there's a different price for when you post on your Instagram stories, when you post on your actual page, so a permanent post or a temporary post, whatever it may be, depending on the collaboration contract, or a YouTube video, or depending on other channels. So each post, if you're getting paid, is a sponsored post. A lot of people have questions on how much should I charge for brands? What is the price that I let them know that I am charging? So I read this on a blog post a while ago. I don't remember even where it was, but it's something that stuck in my head. So you want to charge a certain dollar amount based on how many thousand followers you have. So for example, you can go off of $3, $5, or $7. Maybe depending on the brand or the kind of content you're going to be posting or how much time you're going to be putting into it. So say, let's stick to the middle, $5 per every 1,000 followers that you have. So if you have 10,000 followers and you want to go by the $5 mark, it would be $50 for an Instagram post. And I think that that would be pretty reasonable if you're around that area. If your engagement is really, really spiked around that time, and you want to bump it up to like $7 per 1,000, then it would be $70. So it really just depends on your engagement and your followers. Every single page is different. Even if you have the same amount of followers, you can have different engagement. And engagement just means the amount of likes and comments or impressions that you have on your photo. So impressions are how many people have seen your photo, and that's just basically the amount of exposure, how many pages it has reached. Normally that number is a lot higher than the amount of engagement that you get. So you can get 1,000 pages that have had impressions. So you can have 1,000 people that have seen your photo, but maybe only 500 people have liked them. So not the full 1,000 have engaged on your photo, just a certain percentage. So that would be your engagement rate, and that is a certain percentage. So sometimes brands ask for that or ask for your analytics, and you can always switch your Instagram over to a business Instagram instead of a personal account, and that shows you all of your analytics, including your impressions, your engagement, how many people have clicked on a link, and the link in your bio. You can see all types of different things. You can see your exact follower count. You can see what times your followers are on, what days. And I think it's really important because then you know what times to post, what times not to post, and that way you get the most engagement from your followers because you ensure that they see your post at the time that you're posting it. Especially with Instagram's new algorithm, you want to make sure that you're staying on top of that so that all of your followers see your post, and the more that they comment, the more they'll end up seeing it in the future. So that's one thing, is brands. You want to be able to reach out to brands, so that means going out to different events. So for me in the beauty community, it would mean going to BeautyCon, Fame LA, Fame Expo, Gen Beauty, which is coming up in San Francisco. Let me know if you guys are going. I'm going to be there. And just finding different events which are very like-minded to the bloggers and influencers that you are in the same circle of, and finding local bloggers and influencers that you might not have met, or just to connect with them. I think that's really important. Facebook is really good with that. I only recently started joining a few Facebook groups that have connected me with a lot of local makeup artists and photographers and beauty bloggers that I didn't even know were literally in the same city as me. And I think that that's really important because you can always meet up and chat, discuss ideas. Honestly, you will grow when you support others. You will grow when you encourage others to grow with you. We can all be at the top together. So never have a mindset of competition, like you want to be bigger or you want to grow faster or you want to do better than somebody else, because honestly, in my opinion, that's when you will decline the fastest. And it's just not a good mindset to have. If you put good out into the world, you will get good back. It might not be right away, but it will happen at some point for you. So don't be discouraged if you see that you've been working for years and years and years, but you see someone else who's just started their page or their blog or their channel and their numbers are just rising and just rising to the top overnight, like every single day. I've been there too. I feel like that sometimes. I've been working at my Instagram for I think almost 4 years now. Alaska's almost 4 years old, and I started just a little bit before she was born. And I can get into that mindset of someone's doing better than me, someone is producing better content than me, but at the end of the day, you have something to offer that somebody else doesn't, and that person has something to offer that you don't. So there's never ever going to be complete competition, because even if we're all in the same community, we can all grow together and just have fun. At the end of the day, it is social media, it is an app. It is something to be taken seriously if you want to build it to a career, but don't let it jeopardize or affect your mental health, because it is just not worth it. And sometimes it's really good to just take breaks and to be technology free and just kind of let your mind relax, go on a vacation, not check the app for a little bit, or just surround yourself with good people who are going to encourage and uplift you, because it can get really easy to get sucked into the numbers, especially as an influencer. And if you're not being noticed by brands, or you're not getting big collaborations, and especially if you see that other people are, it can be so easy to get into that mindset of comparison. And it's honestly just like a one-way track downwards from there. So just keep doing what you're doing, and honestly, the more you engage and support other people, the more they're going to show that back to you, I promise. So the last little bit is just tips and tricks that I've used to grow my Instagram, and that's using hashtags. Change up your hashtags, see what other people are doing in your same community, your same genre. And there are normally a few very popular ones, like for me, the beauty ones that I use. If I'm posting a makeup selfie or a makeup post, is Anastasia Beverly Hills, Wake Up and Makeup, Dress Your Face, Insta Makeup. There's just a whole bunch of them. And if you even click on the hashtags that you want to post, it shows you related hashtags at the top as well, so you can click through those to see if they're relevant to your content. And of course, switch it up depending on your content. So if you're doing an outfit of the day post, you want to do more fashion blogger type hashtags versus makeup, because then you'll reach more people and different eyes will be exposed to your content, which is really, really important. Another great way to collaborate with brands and monetize your Instagram or your YouTube is to find a third-party host website or an app. It's kind of like a Tinder for influencers and sponsors. And a sponsor could be a brand, it could be a business, it could be another person that you might want to collaborate or work with. So it just depends on what you're looking for. So for me as a beauty influencer, I would of course love to work with beauty brands. So that's skincare, that's makeup, that's beauty, that's face masks, it's lotions, it's highlighters, it's products, anything that has to do with beauty, I am all for it. So I would go online in my account and I would look for beauty brands to collaborate with me. And normally there are websites like Social Native and Brandbacker, 2020 Influencers. There are a whole different variety of them. You can honestly just Google them. I really like Revfluence. Let me see if I can think of others. There's a Grapevine. I have a few accounts and I just try to focus on, or I have a few accounts in these in different websites, and I try to focus on just a few of them so I don't have too many collaborations going on at the same time. But you're able to pitch your ideas to the brands and kind of give them a vision of what you're thinking of, and they normally have a few guidelines for you depending on what posts they're looking for, whether they want it on Instagram or YouTube, how much money they're thinking of spending, what their budget is, and kind of what the style of the photo is. So I've seen like Fashion Nova on some of these websites, and they're looking for like outfit of the day posts in their jeans or their tops. If it's beauty, they might want a full face makeup look using that palette or using that highlight. So sometimes you need to discuss with the brand. Sometimes they have very strict guidelines. So it really depends, and it's case by case for every single brand. So it's different for everybody, which is great because you can also pitch your own creative ideas as well. And then this is where that price comes in handy. So you want to know what price you have in mind, and sometimes they'll try to negotiate with you and bring you down a little bit lower depending on their budget or their needs. And you decide whether or not you want to go a little bit lower or stay at the price that you want to, or just not do the collaboration at all if you feel like it isn't worth your time or your effort. And I've done that in the past too, where the price was just way too low for me to put my time and energy and effort into, because there's really a lot that goes into meeting up with a photographer and planning a photo, posting it at the right time, and being able to put out a sponsored post to your audience. And you want to make sure that you are always giving them, your audience, the best quality content that you can. So you want to make sure that you're very smart with your partnerships and your collaborations, but you also want to be able to make money and monetize your channel if this is something that you're looking to grow over time. So if you DM me, I can send you some links for some of them that I've been using, these third-party website hosts that kind of match you with brands. I have a few that I've grown to really, really love, so I can send you some links if you want me to. That's totally optional for you, but it is something that's good to look into. I also actually found a few Facebook groups that allow influencers and brands to join, and they can just post like Facebook posts, and you can just post in the comments if you're interested in promoting that item. So that's also a good way to start out if you would like to. So there are a lot of different ways to reach out to brands. You just kind of have to be really proactive about it. And then the last thing I'll say about Instagram is to just be consistent. I already talked about not comparing yourself, so just put quality content out there that you're proud of. And if you're proud of it, even if somebody else doesn't like it or you change your mind about it afterwards, the moment that you posted it, you were happy about it. And that's something to be really proud of, because as a content creator, there really is no right or wrong. You do something that you create something that you feel like you're proud of, and you put it out there, and sometimes that can be really scary. So my 2 cents on it is, if it's something that you created and you're happy with it and you put time into it, that's beautiful. That's something that's beautiful. That's never going to be replicated, even if someone tries to imitate what you're doing. It's something that you created with your own 2 hands. And I think that's such a beautiful thing. It's something that you should be proud of. As a creator, there is a lot of pressure to create something that's perfect and better than the last and better than others. But I think that if you are better than who you were yesterday, that's all that really matters. The only person you should be in competition with is the person that you were yesterday, just so you can be a better person today and tomorrow. So that's all I have to say about that. If you guys have any other specific questions, please leave them down below, or you can always DM me. I read all of my messages and I reply to every single person, so never hesitate to do that. Or if you just want someone to talk to, I will always be there for you. Okay, I am signing out for today, but I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it helped you guys. Bye.